Are you looking for the best paper shredders in your budget? Well, in today's video we break down the top 5 best paper shredders. I made this list based on their price, quality, durability and more. To find out more information about this product, you can check out the description below and also make sure you subscribe for more reviews. Okay, so let's get started with the video. Starting at number 5, we have the Fellows 62 MegaCoulombs MicroCut Shredder. The Fellows 62 MegaCoulombs MicroCut Shredder is an awesome pick for a wide variety of shredding needs, offering reliable performance and outstanding features. This shredder is able to shred continuously for 5 minutes at a time, tearing through stacks of 1 to 10 sheets without jamming. It won't flinch at staples or a pile of junk mail including regular paper, stiff paper, and even thick credit cards. There are other pluses to the 62 MegaCoulombs, including the pull-out basket has an extra large capacity of 5 gallons that takes more than 100 sheets to completely fill up. The shreds it produces are the finest among shredders I've used, at just 9mm by 3mm, which makes it nearly impossible to reconstruct shredded documents. The bin is easy to remove, and emptying it into the trash doesn't generate huge plumes of paper dust. I also appreciate the fact that the 62 MegaCoulombs isn't especially shrill or rumbly while it runs. The shredder sits on casters with brakes, so it's more portable than its 21-pound weight would suggest, and its sturdiness means you needn't worry about it tipping over on your toddler. The user interface is a model of simplicity, and a safety switch makes operation even more worry-free. The shredding slot is narrow and vertical, which is also great for users with kids, but does require slightly more advanced technique. You can't just toss your pages in. While there have been some reports that the Fellows shredder has a short lifespan, there are many reviews that praise its quiet shredding and confetti-sized shreds. The Fellows 62 MegaCoulombs MicroCut Shredder will quickly shred documents into teeny tiny pieces and has a lot of features that make it appealing to everyone, even those with little kids. Moving on at number 4, we have the GBC Shredmaster PSX1006 Super Crosscut Shredder. The GBC Shredmaster PSX1006 is a super crosscut shredder that shreds the paper down to a size of 27mm by 4mm, a shred size that is larger than those produced by microcut shredders and smaller than those produced by typical crosscut shredders. Because the strip cuts are still long enough that some text might still be legible, we recommend using this shredder for less sensitive documents. The shredder itself has a P4 security rating. In this shredder, the shredder head sits on top of the bin. While the shredding process is relatively loud, it does not produce a lot of dust. When emptying the bin, the shreds mostly just slide out of the bin as a single mass. During use, we found that the PSX1006's 2 control buttons were not very responsive. It feels as though you're pressing rigid plastic, rather than a button. Furthermore, in our experience, the shredder only worked when it was sitting in the correct orientation on the bin, and that orientation was not immediately obvious. So, you'll need to closely examine the shredder's manual to figure out which way the shredder head needs to be placed. At number 3, we have the true Red MicroCut. This was one of the best shredders to shred single sheets of paper continuously, and does so without any pauses or error messages, for 5 minutes straight. This paper shredder is able to shred stacks of paper up to 12 sheets without failing, as well as other items like a credit card, 4 staples, and a paperclip. The true Red 12-sheet MicroCut shredder lives in the sweet spot in the Venn diagram of makes tiny shreds, large capacity, and doesn't make a mess. The waste bin has a capacity of 5.8 gallons and it can hold microcut shreds from more than 150 sheets of paper. This shredder is easy to use. Although it's heavy, it still rolls easily on 4 wheels, 2 of which have brakes. Plus, shredder's controls are very basic. It has a power button, a forward button, and a reverse button, both of which will help to get rid of a jam. Plus, The shredding teeth remain clog-free, even after shredding about 50 sheets of paper in 5 minutes. On the other hand, the shredding noise is a bit on the loud side. As for safety features, the True Red Shredder has a vertical, narrow slit that is easy to access for shredding purposes, but looks to be too narrow to endanger the fingers of small children. Additionally, this shredder comes with a lock that, when activated, prevents the shredder from turning on at all. We also like the cord management system, which allows you to wrap the cable up tight to minimize tripping hazards. The micro-cut shreds from this shredder are about 10 mm long and 4 mm wide. While they're not the tiniest shreds we've seen, that's still small enough for you to feel confident that anyone would have a lot of trouble reconstructing any sensitive documents you shred. People who purchased this shredder were pleased with its performance. A couple people found that the shredders didn't work right out of the box, but because it's a Staples product, they were able to return or replace it with minimal fuss. While it's a bit pricey, we think this shredder will make a lot of people happy with its shredding capacity, simple interface, lack of jamming, and safety features. At number 2, we have the Royal 112MX Cross-Cut Shredder. The Royal 112MX Cross-Cut Shredder is a great product for those with less pressing security needs. Its small 3.25-gallon bucket can hold shreds from 50 to 60 pieces of paper, and the shreds produced by the 112MX are the smallest I've seen from any cross-cut shredder, just 32 mm long and 4 mm wide. When we used this shredder, it devoured single sheets for 5 minutes without returning an error or pausing. It was able to shred stacks of paper with thicknesses of 1 to 12 sheets without jamming, and powered through credit cards. DVDs weren't a problem, either, thanks to a separate disc slot, designed specifically for them. Between its brake-equipped wheels and 15-pound weight, it's easy to move and hard to dislodge. A pull-out bucket, something of a rarity at this size, makes cleanup a breeze. Users with kids will appreciate the narrow disc and credit card slots, along with blades positioned at a 90 degrees angle from the main paper slot. Together, they make it difficult for tiny fingers to get in trouble. On the downside, emptying the bin can be a bit dusty, and the shredding noise is slightly louder than what you'd expect from a smaller shredder. Reviews for the Royal 112MX are mixed. Some users were annoyed with its short runtime and light use rating, but others praised its ability to power through thick stacks of paper. Several owners complained about the 1-year warranty, especially in light of some early failures. The Royal 112MX Cross-Cut Shredder is a great light-use shredder that has a front-load paper slot and generates the smallest cross-cut shreds out of all of the cross-cut shredders I've tried. And finally, at number 1, we have the Amazon Basics 6-sheet cross-cut shredder. The Amazon Basics 6-sheet cross-cut shredder is small, with a scant 3.8-gallon capacity. But it's also remarkably fast, shredding 85 sheets of paper, as many as 6 at a time, in just 5 minutes, among the quickest shredders I've tried. It easily handles everything from regular paper to credit cards and paper clips. Unfortunately, this shredder's compact design also means the top of the shredder must be removed before the bucket can be emptied. This could become a safety issue if it tips over and the top part of the shredder pops off, exposing the cutting blades to the open air. The front-load paper slot makes it easy to insert paper to be shredded, but the small bin can quickly overflow, clogging the blades from below. The shreds it produces were also the largest I got from any shredder at 44 mm by 5 mm. Last but definitely not least, the machine is fairly quiet in operation, but when it's done shredding, the Amazon Basics emits an especially unpleasant high-pitched whine. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please make sure a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe.